Hey guys, Ron Placone here. Welcome to another edition of Thoughts, Rants, and Cold Coffee. A man on Facebook made a post celebrating the repeal of, quote, Obamacare before he found out that he himself used Obamacare. He thought that Obamacare and the Affordable Care Act were not the same thing. Also, in news that shouldn't surprise anybody, this guy apparently also doesn't know how to delete a Facebook post. People kept commenting, telling him, hey man, yeah, you use the Affordable Care Act, that's Obama, they're the same thing. It was just a right-wing smear term. That's what Obamacare is. It's just a smear term by right-wing media. And he still didn't delete the post. He was like, I'm fine. I have the Affordable Care Act. I'm fine. It's Obamacare. That was the problem. And I bet David Bowie really confused this guy. What, you mean he's Ziggy Stardust and somebody else, but it's all just David Bowie and he's making music? I don't get it. And what's with the costumes? Speaking of which, Barack Obama is blaming Bernie Sanders and other folks on the left for some of the criticisms against the Affordable Care Act and its decline in popularity. That's like blaming Richard Dawkins for the fact that creationists exist. Hey, you're trying to go further with this and make it reach the point of a universal system because that's what it inevitably needs to become. Like, you're the problem, not these people that are spreading false information about death panels. You're the problem. Bernie Sanders and people that share those values, myself included, basically realize that the Affordable Care Act is still very flawed for a number of reasons. The main reason being that the for-profit insurance middlemen are still in the picture. We need to eventually get rid of them and get to a nonprofit single-payer system. Barack Obama himself even kind of reflected those sentiments. If you find Mark Maron's podcast, the WTF podcast that Barack Obama did, he pretty much says that exact same thing. He says if we were starting from scratch, he would love a nonprofit universal system, but that was the best system that they could come up with given the system that we currently have, given the role the for-profit insurance plays in our economy. That was the best first step we could make. Barack Obama himself said that. And to loosely stay on board with the healthcare theme, Martin Shkreli was suspended on Twitter for stalking a writer. So we can now add Twitter to the list of many entities that has more integrity than the US pharmaceutical industry. Other entities also on that list: door-to-door time machine salesman, motivational speaking inspired solely on the philosophy of Anton LaVey, and the New England Patriots. Well, that does it for this segment of Thoughts, Rants, and Cold Coffee. Be sure to tune in next time. Check us out on the web at ronplacone.com, and this is Ron Placone signing out. The first attempted act of the new Congress was to try to neuter the Ethics Committee. So, what are we going to do first? Well, let's make sure we don't report to anybody. There's nothing shady about that.